Hey everyone, I'm Sue and welcome back for another episode of Does This Notion Really Work? And in today's episode, we're gonna switch it up just a little bit. Instead of talking about a notion, we're gonna talk about something that helps us quilters and sewers plan better and sew more. We're talking about the 2018 Quilters Planner. The Quilters Planner was designed by Stephanie Palmer. Stephanie is a professional long armer, a pattern designer for quilt theory, and an amazing instructor. She created the Quilters Planner in 2015, and it's going 3 years strong. Like many of us, Stephanie has a family and children, and she's a designer, and she likes to sew, and it's kind of hard to keep everything in track, your personal life, your professional life, and it's hard to stay organized. Now, I have to admit, I'm kind of the same as her. We both tried the digital method of keeping track of things in our iPad or our telephone, or, I even remember when the Palm Pilot came out and I tried to keep track of things there as well, and I just struggled with it. I am a visual creature. I like to see it written down, and guess what? Most of you are. Stephanie admits that she missed a few appointments and she lost some really beautiful designs that she had in her sketchbook and then she couldn't find it. I know I'm guilty of that myself. I have like 10 different sketchbooks, but it is really nice to have everything in one place. And there is something to be said about putting pen to paper. It makes it real. It makes it authentic. And sometimes that's the only way to make it happen. And that's exactly what the Quilters Planner was designed and is designed to do. It helps keep everything in balance because you got your life over here, your personal life, then you have your work life, and then for most of us creatives, and like yourself, it's really important to have that creative outlet. And the Quilters Planner does that. It takes the personal life, the work life, and that creative life, and it puts them all from pen to paper in one spot. And Stephanie admits that she no longer forgets to show up for things because it's all in one spot. So, are you all ready to take a look at the 2018 Quilters Planner? Because I have to admit, I'm really excited to show it to you. So, let's go take a look.
The first thing I got to mention is I just love the box. It's so pretty. And then, of course, you get a welcome letter, and be sure to register your Quilters Planner. And you have this gorgeous Quilters Planner magazine with 14 beautifully illustrated and photographed projects. And they're not all quilts, there's other projects in there as well. And then, of course, we're going to take a look at our Quilters Planner 2018. We're going to remove the tissue, and it reveals this stunning artwork by Allison Glass. It's just beautiful. Some people cover it with fabric, and you can make like a cover for yours, but I just love it. I think it's gorgeous. And then you're also going to notice that it's spiral bound, which means it's going to lay perfectly flat. And I like that. And this first page here, I want to point out that, make yourself a hot cup of tea or coffee and read through all of this. There's some really interesting points and things to get you started for the next year. Now flipping through, you're going to see you've got your 3-year planner. You've got a place to put important dates, personal information. And then randomly throughout the book, there will be these beautiful places like these coloring book sections where you can just take a moment and just be creative. And I gotta say that I think I'm really looking forward to that because as a mother and as a business owner, sometimes I get caught up in work. So January, here we go. We're going to begin our 2018. I wanted to point out that the calendar is set up for Monday through Sunday. This is new for me, but I think I'm really going to embrace it because the idea is that you work Monday through Friday, but then your weekend days are together and you can really plan it out better for your personal life as well. Let's go ahead and take a look for the thing I wanted to point out for each month is you also have the month's sampler quilt block. Every month there is a block that you can do on your own and follow along with the group. And you've got your monthly goals you can set up, personal projects, quilting projects. All of this is listed to the left-hand side. And for me, I really like that. I was already doing something similar to that, but this actually refines it a little bit better. At the bottom of every month page is a grid so that you can, as you're being creative, just start plotting out your next quilt blocks or your embroidery projects, whatever it is that's going to let you take a moment and just be creative. So even if you're at work, no one's going to see you coloring. Just take that moment and enjoy some creativity. So every month, you're going to have weeks within that month. Of course, because that's how it works, right? But here we've got it broken down, and there's a lot of really great detail in here. On the left-hand side is Habit Tracker. Now, some people use this to track their water intake, how many miles they're walking a day or week, how many hours do they get to sew or, yoga or whatever. It's completely up to you. At the top of the page is your 3 most important things you got to get done that day. And then below that is going to be your hours. So let's say, okay, so Monday I drank 3 bottles of water. That's going to be something that I think I'm going to try and keep track of so I can get more water in my body. The other thing is at the bottom of each week is your personal to-do list, your quilting to-do list, and your shopping list. And of course, just an extra place to keep notes. And as we flip through our month and we get to the end, you have a grid page on the left and then another coloring page that you can enjoy filling in. And once you're all the way at the end and past all your months, you've got your Patterns tab. And inside here, it lists all the designers and projects that are in the magazine. And then as you flip the page, you've got more grid pages so that you can fill it up with all kinds of creativity and using your color pencils. Lots and lots of pages. And at the very end of that section, you've got another place to color in. And the next section, I think, is my favorite. It is the Projects tab. And it's a place for you to list all your due dates and your fabrics and your project pages. You can lay it all out. For me, I do a lot of magazine articles and I have tons of deadlines. I think this is probably the place I'm going to use the most. But if you're not a business owner and you don't have to make these for a living, keep track of the important dates throughout your year for gifts and birthdays and whatever celebrations and things that you want to finish your projects for. The idea is to have one place for everything. And in the last tab, it's references. This is invaluable. There is all kinds of different wonderful sections in here. There's a fabric breakdown. There is a cutting estimator, even for diagonal measurements. There are different piecing methods that are all listed and beautifully illustrated in here. And on the next page is a measure twice, cut once. It's got a place for measuring and even your garments measurements. And then there's a list of all the people who contributed to the book, and then the beautiful section of stickers that are going to be really useful. And one of the things I like the best is that little pocket in the back. All kinds of wonderful things in our Quilters Planner 2018. And I thought it was worth spending a little bit of time to take a look at the Quilters Planner magazine. The 14 projects that you get with this magazine are incredibly detailed. Of course, you get the block of the month, and just look at the illustrations. I mean, even that little zipper pouch is great. Just look at, I'm blown away at the detail in all these. If you just bought a pattern for all of these, you pay $10 to $12 for a pattern alone. The value, this booklet here alone has $150 value to it of all the detailed. So you're really getting a lot for your money with this package. Just beautiful.
So what did you think of that? It really has a lot more than I initially even thought. It's amazing how much is compacted inside this beautiful book. So who is the Quilters Planner 2018 for? Well, it's for quilters, sewers, and crafters, and I'm going to go ahead and add on anybody who's artistic and creative and wants to keep all of their creative life, business, everything in one spot and keep that creativity flowing. And most importantly, help you to be inspired every single day. And sometimes, I don't know for you, but for me, my family inspires me. My work inspires me. And of course, the creativity inspires me. And it's great to have it all in one spot now. So you're probably wondering, how much does the Quilters Planner 2018 retail for? Well, it retails for $48.95. And where can you buy the Quilters Planner 2018? there is actually a really cool link in the description below that will help you get it for an extra little bonus. So I'm going to let you click on that, and if you want to buy it in a retail shop, you can buy it from Fat Quarter Shop, and the link is also there as well. As an added bonus, Stephanie has a couple of free patterns for making your very own fabric cover, even though I personally think the cover that is included, designed by Allison Glass, is stunning. It might be a fun little thing for you to check out. The link is also in the description. If you found that this review was helpful in any way, shape, or form, and if maybe you learned something new, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to click that little subscribe button, and that way you don't miss another video. And if you like behind the scenes kind of stuff, follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. You can find me everywhere at Sue O'Very Designs. And until I see you next time, I sure hope you have a creative day. Bye-bye.
If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe below. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.